Welcome to another episode of In Their Shoes, where we take light-hearted but serious look at what leadership should be in Africa. My name is Akare Sebukuro and I am your host. Today we'll be talking about something we have experienced too many times, the almighty Nigeria's national grid. Let's see what Twitter is saying. At Trends Fires says, NEPA will take light and immediately I'm running on Twitter to check hopefully it isn't national grid. This is already becoming trauma coded. At Flame says, you can call me national grid cause I'm falling for you baby. These are the reactions from Nigerians. Some people are using it to get them girls. Some people are scared because it's becoming trauma coded. Did you know that since May, Nigerians have experienced multiple grid collapses, leading to power outages across the country? From industries to households, everyone is feeling the impact. The question on everyone's mind is, why does this keep happening? Well, with me are two friends, and together they would be looking at what they would do differently if they were in the shoes of the president just after this short break.
That this is a new way to thrust out those things that they've been doing over the years and provide the local, national and international linkages about how to make humanity better. Very nice. If I want to come and do a TV show, can I do it? Yes. Okay. While it's a podcast studio, you can convert it to whatever you want. Yes. I get to know. But we can record the podcast because these days they record it and put it online. Yes. So you can also have the facility for your visual. Yes. That the LSD is breaking news. There's no reason why I shouldn't show. And I think that's exciting.
Welcome back. With me in the studio is Mr. Vincent.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. And Mr. Jerry.
Hello everyone.
Thank you for joining us on the show today. Now let's just dive into it. Mr. Jerry.
Yeah.
If you were in the president's shoes, what will be the first step to stop these grid collapses?
Okay, so if I were to be in the president's shoes and I want to solve a power problem in Nigeria, one of the things I would do would be to, diversify our source of power. We solely depend on the hydro systems to be able to generate power, and for me I don't think that is sustainable because every whole thing is on, you don't have a plan B or anything. So taking examples from or taking lessons from other countries that have solved their power problems, for example China as a case study, I would diversify and do wind and other alternative power, renewable power energy source like wind and solar. In China, for example, solar panels are put on people's roofs and they use that to generate power for the grid, the national grid. And those people who have houses and their roofs are being used, they benefit from it. The benefit goes as far as after some years the solar system even becomes yours, and working towards that, China is currently looking at by next year looking at generating 150 gigawatts from solar energy and 210 gigawatts from wind power. They have already put in place in their national grid system infrastructures, upgraded infrastructures that can harness all of this power supply and share it out to their community, most especially those in rural areas. So these are some of the steps that I would take because it is working in those countries. I feel it would work also in our country. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Really, really wonderful. The infrastructure is something to commend, and it's also something that Nigerians can think and look into. Now, to Mr. Vincent, if you were in charge, how would you approach fixing the national grid?
Thank you, let's say, for the question. If I uh, were to be in charge as the president of Nigeria, as the president, there are several issues that call for your attention. But there is need for the president to prioritize power. So if I were the president, I will prioritize power by making it a top priority of the things that I will make sure that is fixed before I leave office. Though when I was growing up, each time light comes, you hear up NEPA. One of the pain I have as an adult now is I may leave this head with my children still saying up NEPA whenever light comes. That is one pain that each time I'm going to bed I feel it. Yes, so if I were the president, I will ensure that our children won't say up NEPA again when light come, because light will be a natural part of their everyday life.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vincent and Mr. Jerry, for your great insights. Now it's time for our fire segment, where in 30 seconds our guests get to give us actionable steps on what they would do if they were in the shoes of the president. Now we'll start with Mr. Jerry. In 30 seconds, what are the 3 wins that could help stabilize the national grid in the next 6 months?
Okay, taking from what my friend just said, to end up NEPA seasons, I think one of the first things I would do would be to, upgrade the power infrastructure, the already existing one, because those infrastructures are very old, and they are worn out as a result of wear and tear, so which could result to all this recurrent power. And then after upgrading, make it in such a way that I can be able to harness powers from both solar and also wind, and look at, because if you look at deep north, you could harness wind and solar, and then look at other areas too and see how you could generate power from other renewable sources and merge it into the national grid system.
Okay, that's good. That's wonderful. Looking at other ways to get power is one of the ways. So now, Mr. Vincent, it's your turn. In 30 seconds, give us 3 wins that could help stabilize the national grid in the next 6 months.
All right, thank you again, SA. I'm okay. So let me say it like this: Nigeria has a comparative advantage when it comes to power production. There is talk about solar, wind, and all of that, but the quantity of power you can generate from solar and wind is both limited and is more expensive now. If I were the president of Nigeria, Nigeria has the highest deposit of gas in Africa, and about the 7th highest in the world. And it's gas you need to generate electricity that is cheap, that is affordable, and in very large quantity. So I will open up the space and bring in investors, push also the natural resources to ensure that the gas reserves are developed to generate power, enough power to power everything that to power Nigeria and also give to other countries. And then maybe in the future we can start talking about focusing on other sources like wind and all of that. But for now, what we have comparative advantage of is the enormous gas reserve that we have in Nigeria that can be used to power electricity.
Thank you so much for that wonderful answer, Mr. Vincent. Now we know power is essential for progress for Nigeria as a country and every one of us individually. That is why fixing the grid requires smart leadership and right investment, just like our guests have highlighted, and it's not something to treat with levity. If you've been feeling this conversation and you want to join in, just comment down below. Make sure to click on the like button and subscribe. Now to our viewers, it's your turn. Drop a comment. What would you do if you were in the shoes of the president? And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. We have more episodes coming and you would not want to miss it. Stay tuned. Bye.